Hey, soul surfers. Thanks for joining us in this session. We are talking a little bit more about the madness card. And so that madness card, the madness lets us know that we need to fix our boundaries. There's a boundary issue. And so it's a valid emotion to explore on your own. And in a previous session, I was sharing and suggesting, sharing my own experience about how I used to outrage, and now I have brought it inside in a private space. And to honor other people, not splash my anger onto them, my sad gone madness onto them, because they've got their own bags they're dealing with. And to honor myself, like I'm the one who's going to be able to tend to myself in the most blessed way. And so that madness, it's sad gone mad. The sadness comes first. And so when it comes up, it's reminding me there's a sadness that needs to be tended to, and how to nurture myself, how to tend to the sadness, how to tend to the madness, how to help those emotions go through. And I got to a point in my life where I realized madness was a key for me, but that was 2012, but it was like 10 more years that I was trying to get that lesson. So what that looked like was me getting grief struck by loss, and then lashing out in fight, flight, freeze, fuck, fawn. And the fight came out a lot. Like, instead of being able to vocalize in a kind way, vocalizing in an unkind way, like, telling people to fuck off, fuck right off, and not telling them, but screaming it. That may be one example. Or violently acting out, pushing my way into people's space, physically, all the different ways that violence comes out. And thinking that was the way to do it, because that's it's there's a whole cutoff culture that shows us how to do that from top to bottom, from the you fill in the blanks. We can see it everywhere, and it doesn't start from the youth. It often gets scapegoated on the youth. The youth often get scapegoated as the bullies. So that madness, began to become aware it was a key in 2012, and then over the next decade, I just kept tripping and falling, lashing out violently, lashing out madly, being outraged, lashing out madly. I left a trail you can see on social media before I just shut it down in 2021, November 2021, and by 2022, it just festered. And before that, it festered too. There was a couple times it had festered to the point of sending me to the hospital. And so the third time in the hospital, I couldn't get mad anymore. If I got mad, it was pressing on the wounds that came from me going to the hospital. here, and here. I had an abscess in my head, this madness just stewed in my head, this madness from the eracism. And so it became extremely apparent that even sharing with you here and role playing, I'm pushing it by going there. I did in an earlier session with my facial expressions, and so that anger expressed, unexpressed, not addressed, festers, and expressed in the in ways that hurt others festers in the community and within myself. And so I was shown that over the course of a decade. And yeah, so that's part of how come the madness card is a key for me to peace and compassion, to tag out, to not march forward madly, but to tag out and to take care of myself. And that's one of our standards. Immersed in adoption spirit immersed in adoption spirit magic is to anger less. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. Until next time, ciao for now. We love you all.